The Young and the Restless spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, a really beautiful day outside, but man, things are incredibly dark and twisted in the soap world right now. We have a massive update to get through today. So let's just dive straight into this crazy breakdown. So the scene starts in total darkness, just a tiny bit of dim light. It is coming from the crack under the heavy metal door of the storage room. Adam Newman is waking up, and his head is absolutely pounding like a drum inside his skull, and we know exactly why. Because Matt Clark just smashed him over the head with a fire extinguisher. It was brutal. Just a cheap shot from behind, and now Adam is groggy. He is trying to get his bearings. The floor is cold. It is dirty concrete. It smells like oil and dust and despair. It is just awful. You can almost feel how gritty and disgusting this room is. But Adam isn't alone down there. He squints in the bad light, and he sees him, Nick, his brother. Nick Newman is just lying there on the floor. And he looks terrible, like, really bad, unconscious. His breathing is so shallow you can barely see his chest moving up and down. His skin is totally pale, like a ghost, and we know from the spoilers that Matt has been pumping Nick full of drugs. Fentanyl to calm him down, cocaine to rev him up. Just playing God with Nick's body. It is sick. And Nick is paying the ultimate price right now. His body is just giving up. So Adam crawls over to him. His head is spinning, but he crawls anyway. He is panicking, and Adam doesn't panic often. He is usually the cool guy, the gambler, the guy who used to go by Spider in this very city. But this is his brother. They fight all the time. They hate each other half the time, but deep down, Adam loves Nick. And seeing the golden boy of the Newman family reduced to this, just a limp lump on the dirty floor. It breaks something inside Adam. He shakes Nick, tries to wake him up, slaps his face lightly. But nothing happens. Nick is fading fast. The drugs are shutting his organs down. And then, a noise. The heavy metal door starts to creak open. Just a little bit at first. The bright light from the hallway spills in. It blinds Adam for a second. He puts his hand up to block the glare. He thinks it is Matt. He assumes Matt Clark is coming back to finish the job, to kill them both right there on the floor. Or maybe he thinks it is Chelsea. Maybe she followed them down here from the hotel room. Or maybe Riza, because Riza knows this building and she knows the underground Vegas scene. But it isn't any of them. It is someone else entirely. A silhouette steps into the room. A woman. You can tell by the way she walks. It is a very expensive walk. High heels clicking on the dirty concrete. Click, click, click. It echoes in the big empty storage room. She is wearing something elegant. Not Vegas casino clothes, not cheap street clothes. Something you would see at the Genoa City Athletic Club. It is so out of place in this dirty basement. It is bizarre. Adam is just squinting trying to figure out who this is. But the craziest part is her face. She is wearing a mask, a literal crystal mask. It is covering her entire face, just sparkling in the dim hallway light, catching the little bits of illumination and reflecting them like a weird disco ball. But a creepy one. It is like something out of a weird masquerade ball or a horror movie. Adam is just staring. He is holding his dying brother and looking at this wealthy woman in a sparkly mask. It makes absolutely no sense. His brain can't process it. So Adam yells at her. He asks who she is. He demands to know what is going on. He asks if this is a game. Is this one of Matt's sick jokes? Because Matt loves games. He loves to torture people and play with their minds. But the woman doesn't say anything at first. She just stands there, looking down at them, like they are bugs. Like they are nothing. The silence is so heavy. You could cut it with a knife. She just watches Adam panic over Nick. And then she reaches up, slowly, she grabs the edges of the crystal mask. And she pulls it off. It drops to the floor. And the face behind it is revealed. It is Diane Jenkins, yes. Diane Jenkins Abbott, right there in Las Vegas, standing in a dirty storage room. Adam is completely stunned. He is frozen. His brain is misfiring. What is Diane doing here? She is supposed to be in Genoa City. She is supposed to be crying over Jack and dealing with her broken marriage. But she isn't crying. Oh no, she is smiling. But it is a cold smile, a dead, empty smile. It doesn't reach her eyes at all. It is the smile of someone who has completely snapped. Someone who has lost their mind, or maybe someone who finally found it. Because Diane looks perfectly calm, while Nick is literally dying at her feet. She just looks at Adam and smiles that chilling smile. And then she starts talking, and she drops a massive bomb. She confesses everything right there. She says that Jack's betrayal was the last straw, the absolute limit for her. She is talking about Jack sleeping with Patty Williams. Crazy Patty, the woman who has caused so much pain for everyone. Jack actually slept with her, and Diane found out. Even though she was drugged. Even though Victor tried to set it up perfectly. Diane saw right through it. She knew exactly what was happening. So Diane explains how humiliated she was. How deeply angry. She gave Jack everything. She changed her whole life for him. She fought Phyllis for him. She fought Nikki for him. She proved herself over and over. And what does he do? He jumps into bed with Patty Williams. It broke Diane, but it didn't make her sad. It didn't make her want to cry in a corner. It made her furious, a deep, dark rage that just consumed her whole soul. She wanted to burn the whole world down, starting with Jack. But she didn't stop there. She tells Adam about Victor. Victor Newman, Adam's father. Victor came to Diane with an indecent proposal. He wanted to team up. He wanted to use Diane's anger to destroy Jack. Victor thought he was so smart. He thought he could just point Diane like a loaded weapon and fire her at Jack Abbott. He thought he was the puppet master, as usual. Victor always thinks he is the smartest guy in the room. And Diane played along. She let Victor think he was in charge. She agreed to the team up. She smiled and nodded and plotted with the mustache. But secretly, behind his back, she was planning something way worse, because Diane realized something very important. Victor was the one who orchestrated the whole Patty thing in the first place. Victor set the trap. Jack fell into it, but Victor built it. Victor is the reason her marriage is ruined. So Diane decided that Victor needed to pay too. Not just Jack, Victor. And how do you hurt Victor Newman? You can't take his company. He always gets it back. You can't take his money. He has too much of it. You have to take his family. His blood. His sons. You have to make him feel the pain of losing a child. The exact same pain that Diane has felt in her life. The pain of having your family ripped apart and destroyed. And this is where it gets crazy. This is the big twist. Diane reveals her masterstroke, Matt Clark. Yes, Matt Clark is taking orders from Diane, or at least, she manipulated him into doing this. She knew Matt hated Nick. She knew Matt had a massive grudge against the Newmans. So she quietly pulled the strings. She pointed Matt like a heat-seeking missile right at Nick in Las Vegas. She made this whole kidnapping happen. She funded it. She directed it. So Matt didn't just escape Victor's grasp by himself. Diane helped. She facilitated this whole nightmare. She wanted Matt to take Nick, and she wanted Matt to torture him. She knew Matt would use drugs. She wanted Nick to suffer, to lose his mind, to forget his own name just like Matt threatened. Because every ounce of pain Nick feels is a knife in Victor's heart. That is Diane's logic. It is twisted. It is evil. But it is brilliantly ruthless. And she knew Adam would come too. She tells Adam this right to his face. She says she knew the great Adam Newman would fly to Vegas to save his brother. Because for all their fighting, Adam always tries to be the hero when Nick is in real trouble, so she got a 2-for-1 deal. Both of Victor's sons, trapped in a dirty room. At the mercy of a madman. And a mad woman, she caught them both in her web. Adam is just listening to this. He is holding Nick's limp hand. And he realizes something terrifying. Diane isn't just a bitter ex-wife anymore. She isn't just a schemer who faked her own death years ago. She has evolved. She has become a true predator. An apex predator, a monster. She is standing there in her expensive clothes, looking at two dying men, and she feels absolutely nothing but triumph. No guilt, no remorse, just pure victory. It is chilling, just pure ice in her veins. Adam looks up at her. He sees the emptiness in her eyes. She is totally hollowed out by revenge. Jack's betrayal with Patty killed the last bit of humanity in Diane, and Victor's arrogance just poured gasoline on the fire. Now she is burning everything down. And Adam and Nick are just collateral damage in her war against the old men of Genoa City. They are just pawns on her chessboard. And think about the irony here. Just think about it for a second, right now, back in Genoa City. Victor Newman is probably sitting in his big leather chair at Newman Enterprises. He is drinking scotch. He is gloating. He thinks he has won. He thinks he has Diane in his pocket and Jack on the ropes. He has no idea at all, that the woman he made a deal with is currently standing over the bodies of his two sons in a Vegas basement. He is completely blind. It is poetic justice in the most sick and twisted way possible. Victor's hubris is literally killing his kids. Because he couldn't leave Jack alone, because he had to use Patty Williams, because he had to push Diane to the edge. And now Nick is barely breathing. His heart is struggling to pump. The fentanyl and cocaine are fighting a war in his veins, and Adam is helpless. Spider is helpless. The great Adam Newman can't do anything to stop this. And what about Jack? Jack is probably crying on Nikki's shoulder right now. The spoilers said Jack and Nikki are leaning on each other. Jack is devastated that Diane is freezing him out. He thinks his marriage is over. He thinks that is the worst thing happening in his life right now. He doesn't know that his wife has turned into a supervillain. He doesn't know she is orchestrating kidnappings and murders across the country. Jack is totally clueless. And Sharon, poor Sharon, she is rushing to Las Vegas right now. She got the SOS call. She knows Nick is in trouble. She is probably terrified out of her mind. But she thinks she is just dealing with Matt Clark. She thinks it is just the same old Matt Clark drama from the past. She has no clue that Diane Jenkins is the puppet master. When Sharon walks into this mess, she is going to be completely blindsided. She is walking right into Diane's trap. And Chelsea is sitting upstairs in the hotel room with Riza. Chelsea is freaking out because Matt told her Nick is dead. Chelsea doesn't want Adam to get hurt. She is waiting for him to come back. She is arguing with Riza about who knows Adam better. They are having this petty little squabble, while downstairs, Adam is facing the devil herself. Chelsea has no idea how bad things really are. So Diane just finished her villain monologue. She looks down at Adam one last time. She looks at Nick. She doesn't offer to help. She doesn't call an ambulance. She just smiles that cold smile again. She says she hopes Victor enjoys the funeral. She says she hopes Victor feels the exact same emptiness she felt when Jack betrayed her. It is all about making Victor pay. It is all about revenge. And then she turns around. She picks up her crystal mask from the floor. She dusts it off. She puts it back in her designer bag. And she walks away. Click, click, click. Her heels echoing on the concrete again. She walks out the heavy metal door, and she closes it behind her. The loud clank of the lock echoes in the room, and the darkness returns. The heavy, suffocating darkness. Adam is left alone again, just him and Nick in the dark. The dim light from the crack under the door is the only thing he can see. Nick's breathing is getting weaker by the second. Adam knows he doesn't have much time. He has to find a way out. He has to break the door. He has to call for help. He has to do something. Because if he doesn't, Nick is going to die on this floor. And Diane is going to win. But Adam's mind is racing. He can't stop thinking about Diane. The way she looked. The way she sounded. She is a predator. A true apex predator in the Genoa City food chain now. She has outsmarted Victor. She has crushed Jack. And she has trapped the Newman brothers. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody. Not even Adam. And he reads people for a living. He is a professional gambler, and he missed the biggest bluff of all. It is just a massive twist. The writers are really going all out with this storyline. Diane Jenkins as the ultimate mastermind behind the Vegas kidnapping. It ties everything together perfectly. The Jack and Patty stuff. The Victor and Diane team up. The Matt Clark return. It all converges in this one dirty storage room in Las Vegas, and it is brilliant. It is dark and clunky and messy, but it is brilliant soap opera writing. But now we have to wonder what happens next. Will Sharon get there in time? Will she find the storage room before it's too late? Will Adam be able to revive Nick? Or is Nick really going to flatline before the paramedics arrive? The spoiler said Nick has a near-death experience. So we know it gets really close. Maybe his heart stops entirely. Maybe Adam has to do CPR in the dark while screaming for help. And what is Diane going to do now? Is she flying back to Genoa City tonight? Is she going to pretend everything is normal? Is she going to sit across from Victor at society and smile while he gets the phone call that his sons are dead? That would be ice cold. That would be the most ruthless thing anyone has ever done on this show. And Diane is totally capable of it now. She has crossed the line and she is never coming back. So there you have it, a massive, game-changing reveal in Las Vegas. Diane Jenkins is the puppet master. Matt Clark is just a tool in her sick game. And the Newman brothers are paying the ultimate price for Victor and Jack's eternal war. It is tragic, it is dramatic, and it is exactly why we watch this show. We love the mess, we love the chaos. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you shocked by Diane's turn? Do you think Nick will survive? Drop your thoughts below, and I will see you in the next video.